Hey, yeah, Phoebe's back to join us, except there's one problem. Phoebe has to leave so we can do our lesson. We're going to identify linear equations, zeros and intercepts, and graph linear equations. What is a linear equation? It's an equation that forms a straight line when it is graphed. This is the standard form of a linear equation. You have to watch the video in a standard form, okay? Take notes on it also. If you put an equation into standard form, then it is, if you can, then it is a linear equation. Here we have y equals 4 minus 3x. If we add 3x to both sides, we have 3x plus y equals 4. It's now in the standard form, and it is a linear equation. Here you have y equals x squared minus 4. I can subtract x squared from both sides, but the square is what makes this one not be a linear equation. So anything that's squared or cubed is not. Okay? Let's look at the x and y intercepts. X-intercept, it's the x-coordinate of the point where the equation crosses the x-axis. This is the x-axis. This would be the x-intercept. In this graph, it is negative 1, 0. You need to remember the y value is always 0. The y-intercept, it's the y-coordinate of the point where the equation crosses the y-axis. It's right here. And in this graph, it's 0, 1. And you need to remember that the x value is always 0. Okay? You can graph a line based on the intercepts. So we have this equation. If we look at the x-intercept, we remember the y value is always 0. So let's just put 0 in for y and solve it. And you get x equals 8. So that point is 8, 0, because this was 0, and we solved for x, and we got 8, 0. Now the y-intercept. We have to remember x value is always 0, so I can put 0 in here, solve it out, and I get y equals 4. So this point is 0, 4. I can graph it, graph the intercepts, and then connect the points. Here is 0, 4. Here is 8, 0. And I just draw a line and connect the points, and now I have my graph. You can also do a graph by table. Here we have the equation y equals 1/3 x plus 2. If I take negative 3 and put it in for x, and I solve it, put it in the calculator, you'll get a 1 here, and that point is negative 3, 1. If I put in 0 into this original equation for x, I'll get y equals 2, and that point's 0, 2. Here I can put 3 in for x, solve it, and I get 3 for y, so that point is 3, 3. Put in 6 for x and solve it, and I get y equals 4, so the point is 6, 4. Now, what do? Negative 3, 1 is right here. 0, 2 is here. 3, 3 is here. 6, 4 is here, and I just connect the dots. And that's how you can do it, okay? We'll look at a few more problems in class.